You're in the gray. So it's March 1st. I haven't done a video in a while. My apologies. I've been actually pretty battling a lot of stuff. This episode I want to talk about support network, because over the last about a week and a half I've really recognized that my support network is really kind of weak, and that's actually first time in my life actually really affecting me. And I have personally made a new rule for myself of that unless I'm around good people that understand my circumstance and what I'm going through, and they're sensitive to the certain words they may use around me, I shouldn't be drinking with other people, because the last couple times I've gone out, some stuff has gone down, and not specifically just friends, but like friends that I know that can care and comfort me, and they actually will sit and listen to me. So that's what I've been kind of noticing, and that all kind of goes in time, like entwine with the support network theme. So let's take a step back and talk about a little bit. With most people around my age, they'll have a strong family network. For me, it's not really that. I have a pseudo relationship with my father, my biological father. I haven't talked to my mom in more than probably a decade. My biological brother and we haven't talked since he got married, and that was last September. I am I'm pretty close with my extended family through my dad. My aunt actually has MS, and she's been a huge support. But yet again, we don't really have consistent communication. And then I have I always refer to them as foster family. As a correction, I never was put into foster care ever. It's just easier to kind of label it that way. But through them, I have Barb and John, and they're like my surrogate family, and they're super supportive. But on top of that, through them, they have kids too that I'm very close with, and I'm actually friends with their daughter, Sammy. But they're all going through their own stuff, and John is going through chemo right now. So, and I've been spending time with him once a week. That's been a really great addition in my life. But then it's gained me some moments where I'm like, I'm having statements where I'm like, oh, I totally understand what you're going through. Like, I hate when they say that too. And yeah, I've been really tired too. And there's John going through chemo because he had surgery for a cancerous thing, and I'm 25 and still undiagnosed. So most times after I hang out with him, I definitely have my moment being like, 25, still undiagnosed, and yet I'm bonding with a guy, my pseudo dad, who's doing chemo. Yeah, So, and it's really hard oftentimes to ask for support for me personally, because throughout my life I've never really had support. I've always kind of been like, you're going through bad crap, you better get through it, because that's what you do, and that's me talking to myself. And then I have a couple of very close friends, but like I said, a lot of my friends are going through really bad stuff too, and I'm trying to learn to really advocate and be like, communicate to them, being like, hey, I know you're going through some stuff, but like, can you give me a hug? Like, or like, I'm going through some tough stuff, like, and also, I'm learning that the other kind of crappy friends that I have are friends that just really can't emotionally effectively comfort me or even care to, or just like themselves, they can't handle the situation. I shouldn't really associate with them at this point in my life. I generally drive and take care of other people, which I'm learning now when I'm going through my own personal like struggle of like being undiagnosed and the doctor's appointments and all that jazz. I can't really take on any more other people, and especially like friends like that are really haven't been there for me. But anyways, but like, I'm already going through periods of depression. I'm already feeling like I don't have an effective and a pretty strong network of support. I already get pretty touchy about certain topics that people bring up, or even statements they say to me, especially relatively about my age and being young and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I may be 25, but like, I have cancer. Like, why don't you like cut down about the age discrimination here, the ageism, and just is what I'm trying to figure out is these people, even though that my support network would be a lot less people of eliminating these other kind of like not so good, I'm coming to the point in my life where I need to sever some things off because it's actually causing more damage than beneficial. And that's what I'm trying to figure out in my life of, you know, where my friends land and all that jazz. Granted, I'm not saying that everyone's going to go through this. It is tough for your friends to understand what you're going through, and I stress it enough to communicate, and definitely even have that discussion and be like, hey, when I say that, like, can you come over and chat with me and you leave? Do you understand that's me reaching out to you and telling you that I'm not in a good place and I kind of want to talk to someone and like really vent about the things I'm going through, and you're just not picking up on it? Like, and I've had actually that talk with a couple of my good friends, and they're like, oh, well, you've never reached out before, like, ever. Like, generally, you just handle it. Like, and then it's afterwards when you tell us stuff, and I'm like, oh, wow, you're going through a lot of stuff. This is the first time you're actually reaching out. And, yeah, I'm a little, like, thrown off, / like, I don't really know, like, if it's really that you need to reach out. And I'm like, alright, well, when I say that part, that's me reaching out, and that also means that that should be cluing you in that it's not, like, I'm not going through something good right now, and I need support. And it's been actually really positive, but that's actually, like, thanks to therapy, learning how to communicate about that, and also, like, I'm a huge communicator, so either way, like, you need to communicate. When it comes to your own support network, you unfortunately need to do and take control of your support network. Other people are going to be there, but you kind of have to verbalize what you need and what you want and how you want it to be delivered. And definitely pick and choose the type of people. Like, and definitely there's going to be times where you're going to have to take a step back and be like, is that person really supporting me? Is that person really making an effective, beneficial, healthy support network for me, like, as a person, or are they not? Like, and it's okay. In this time period, I feel like more than important is having an effective and healthy and benefiting to yourself, and not just to yourself, but it's a tug and pull for them too, and go with it. So I'm probably going to be talking about this topic a lot. It's like kind of like a big topic that trickles down to a lot of other things, but I definitely want to talk about that whole piece. That support network is something that you need, and that is great, but it's definitely kind of like a relationship. You gotta learn how to communicate. You gotta learn how the takeaways and the gives and the tug and pulls and the, you know, is there a really good person in my life or is it not? So I hope you enjoy this film, this clip. You guys keep on saying that, and you hang in there, kiddo, and gray sucks, and hopefully, you know, the gray is not too long for you. I'm still in the gray, still undiagnosed, and yeah, this will be part 1, support networks. Thanks.